talk to children about what they want in their experience of life, they say some interesting things. So I'd just like to share with you some things that children have told us over the years as we've sought to hear their voices. Children say that families are the primary source of support, but that government and community have a role. We know that. But for some reason, government and community are failing many families. Children and young people want their parents to be well supported. Parents need to stop being angry. Parents need time to play with their kids. And hunger is a significant issue. Food in schools and adequate family income are needed. They talk about having shoes that don't fit. They talk about being cold at night, living in homes where there are not enough blankets. This is Aotearoa New Zealand, people. This is a place where children ought to be able to grow up feeling as valued members of our society and that their communities care about them. The inequality and poverty that we face in New Zealand is a 30-year issue. Successive governments have failed our children, and it's time for that to change. And it can change if we, as members of the public, let political parties know that we want action on this, that we're no longer prepared to neglect children and to let them go without at the expense of others. New Zealand does very well at protecting elderly New Zealanders from poverty, and there are lessons that we can learn from the policies that support older New Zealanders. Older New Zealanders have a universal benefit. It's not means tested or income tested. It's given to them because of their demographics, because they are older New Zealanders and they're retired. We need to have policies that are similar for children, that support families, especially with the youngest children, and that really put resources around families, especially when they're new babies and babies in their very early years. It's the most important time. We know that that's when baby's brain is developing and we have to support them. So, just to make a point about the role of government policy in this, of course we all have a role to take care of the children who are close to us, to take care of the children that we work with, those who are in our immediate community. But government policy has the single biggest impact on child poverty rates. And we can see that because child poverty reached its peak in 1994, when it reached 35%, and that was as a direct result of the policies of the early 1990s. The benefits were cut, state houses were sold, the Employment Contracts Act came in, and there was massive change at that time. Another good example of government policy impacting on child poverty rates we can see from 2004 to 2008, when Working for Families was introduced, there was a drop in child poverty. We do need a strong economy and jobs, but government policy is essential to protecting our children from poverty and making sure that parents are well supported. And that's why the Tip for Kids campaign is happening. That's why we need all New Zealanders focused on what the government can do. It's not that we're abdicating our own responsibility. We are all responsible too, but we must have appropriate public policy that is child-centred. And that's why we're here tonight. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk with you, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what candidates have to say and hearing your questions.